Hey everyone, today we're doing a big look at Absalom's rebellion. Absalom lived in Jerusalem 2 years without ever seeing the king's face. Why have I returned from Geshur? I'd be better off if I were still there. Please let me see the king's face. If I'm guilty, then the king can kill me. Then the king called for Absalom, and Absalom came to the king. He bowed low out of respect, nose to the ground before the king. The king kissed Absalom. And sometime later, Absalom would get up early and stand by the side of the road that went through the city gate. Whenever anyone had a lawsuit to bring to the king for judgment, Absalom would say to them, "No doubt your claims are correct and valid, but the king won't listen to you. If only I were made a judge in the land." Absalom would continue, "Then anyone with a lawsuit would come to me and I would give them justice." Whenever anyone came near to Absalom bowing low to respect, he would reach out his hand, grab them, and kiss them. This is how Absalom treated every Israelite who came to see the king seeking justice. In this way, Absalom stole the hearts of the Israelites. So, like I said, we're looking just at the start of Absalom's rebellion here. This is where it comes from. All right, so there's a lot to his story. He kills his half-brother. He's exiled. He returns. He's maybe reconciled with his father. He steals the hearts of the people. He declares himself king. David has to flee. There's a whole civil war. And then eventually Absalom is killed, plus lots more intrigue in the meantime. All of this is still the fallout of David taking Bathsheba and killing her husband. Right? His children are just copying his actions and taking justice into their own hands to try and deal with it. While the king, David, just kind of remains hands off. Even here, we see David doesn't seem to know what to do with his murdering son. He won't leave him in exile. He also won't punish him. For a while, he won't even look at him. And eventually it seemed like there might be reconciliation, but it didn't seem to actually mean much in the end. Whether Absalom's respect there was real or fake, we hear nothing from David to actually repair the relationship. And how does Absalom feel about his father at this point? Does he have a point about people not being able to receive justice from King David? Making judgments was a big part of kingship in their time, and we don't see much of how David did that for average people. Maybe he did, but we do see that he hasn't done it for his own family. Absalom does definitely see that. So on the one hand, he is definitely being underhanded and trying to steal his father's authority. But on the other hand, he's responding to a lack of justice that he's seen in his own family life. Right? He's both faking things for the sake of power, and he kind of also has a point. So when those that are responsible for justice don't provide it, people are going to look elsewhere. And a lot of times the results aren't pretty. So where is God in all this? Well, it's not very clear. That's one of the reasons we're skimming over a lot of it. But I think it is a powerful reminder that God has given authority or responsibility to humanity. And so we have to make sure that when we are working towards justice, that we're doing that in the way that God would want us to.